Do you know what makes chefs special? Apart from years of training, scarred hands from an insane amount of cuts and burns, and the ability to curse like drunken sailors recently released from prison, it's the way they taste food. When a chef eats a meal, they can tell every ingredient that's in that meal, and they can see how the flavors complement, contrast, or combine with each other to create something entirely new. They don't just taste the single note of a meal, they taste a symphony of flavors coalescing into a complete song. This is known as having a palate, or a deeper sense of flavor. And if you want to take your cooking to the next level, or, level 1, you're going to need to develop yours. Lesson 4, tongue trained. Finally, we get to touch food. One way to refine your palate is to get to know basic ingredients by taking a piece of raw, unseasoned food and eating it. Don't just stick it in your mouth and swallow, you knave. Flavor is about that complete sensory experience. Don't focus on taste alone. Smell it. Feel its texture with your tongue. Get in touch with that pure, unaltered flavor. Try it with fruits, vegetables, grains, oils, spices, herbs. Taste anything and everything. Although I'd leave meat for another day, as raw meat can make you sick. Or dead. Now take two foods and eat them together. How do they react to each other? Do they create new tastes? Do you see how drastic a change one food can make to another? It's a lot of information to take in, but by familiarizing yourself with your ingredients and how they affect one another, your tongue will start picking up on the subtleties of flavor. Besides, if I have to twist your arm to get you to eat some food, what the hell are you doing watching my show? Another great way to train your tongue is to eat food from all around the world, whether it be by continent, country, or city. Your developing palate needs experience with complex flavors and exotic spices and sometimes utterly bizarre cooking methods that you're not used to, because you need to understand just how possible it is to create drastically different yet equally delicious outcomes from the exact same ingredients. The easiest way to do this is to eat out. Tasting something, especially if professionally prepared, is the first step towards understanding it. But if you have a limited restaurant selection or a limited budget, don't worry. You can expose yourself right at home. I'm talking about cookbooks. What are you talking? Oh! Reading recipes may not provide the same instant understanding that dining out can, but it's still an effective way to learn. So why is it important to have a refined palate that knows many flavors of many ingredients from all around the world? Well, is it because that having subtlety to your food helps you create that complete sensory experience? Or is it because if you want to do something right, you have to know exactly what you're working with? Or is it because if you want to be a cook, you can't be scared to try something new? It's not just about the food. It's about the history. Humanity, we carry our history through our food. Things like war, mass migration, natural disasters, and other historical events will introduce new ingredients and new cooking methods to entirely new areas, thereby changing the food of the people. In other words, cuisine is directly affected by the movements and the progression of the human race. When you eat food from another nation, you are connecting directly to its people and its culture. Now, this may not be crucial to any specific step, to any particular recipe, but that human connection through food is the entire reason we're doing this in the first place. So it's a big key to understanding your palate, your ingredients, and the flavors of your next great meal. Cook well, eat well, live well. Man, it's dry in here. Can I get some water? Yeah, thanks. Oh, this is not the water. This is the rest of that raw egg.